Craig, one last question. You mentioned a word that most people won't have heard of, like mulga and things like this with the gum trees. Can you describe what you meant by the gum trees all growing from one root base out and looking like many trees?
Yeah, so with the eucalypts, the reason that they really are the dominant tree species in Australia is because they've survived the drying climate, and some of those pictures might have given you the idea of how dry it really gets. And they have some of these techniques like this ability to resprout from the root base after fire, after drought, after being lopped even and chopped. So that's one of their techniques. The others are things like their leaves hang down vertically, so they're not sort of fully facing the sun. They've got a waxy coating often. They've got the ability to close the stomata pores in the leaf to stop the loss of water. And they've got a whole bunch of techniques and they've got a woody fruit, which is another interesting one. It's not a fleshy fruit. It's actually a wooden fruit, and they're really tough, and they can be held in there until the right time where they'll open and spray their seed across the soil. But the soils here are really tough. They dry and they crack and they stretch, and they can actually kill trees just by the contracting and stretching. I guess Glenn would be the best one to talk about some of those processes, but it can kill the trees.
If you grew that tree over towards the coast, would it still take the same form, or does it just revert back to a normal sort of gum tree?
Well, some of these beautiful eucalypts from the outback areas are actually used as street trees in other parts of Australia because they can be beautifully flowering in a different environment. And yes, they definitely grow much better in different environments.